Yo, nephew, hand me that Barstool. You know what it is, and for what it's worth. You can catch me on the best corner 21st. Prime time, shine time, always in the game, never ever on the sideline. You know what it is, and for what it's worth. You can catch me on the best corner 21st. Prime time, shine time, always in the game, never ever.
Welcome to 21st and Prime, sponsored by Heineken 00. That's zero alcohol, 69 calories. My man Ron, Jamie Dukes are here. Jamie's in a much better situation and place than we are. I have no idea where he is, but it looks like he's in a better spot than we are, Ron.
Well,
It looks
well,
like heaven. Are you in heaven, Jamie?
you see this. Remember the Ten Commandments, and when you went to the mountain and you came back from the mountain, you came back. Charlton Heston came back white.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Your
white,
butt,
but you have a white beard.
all of the above.
Okay, I just wanted to clarify that.
Your butt, sir. First of all, it's good to see you, man.
Thank you.
There's a lot of people. she almost cursed.
It's okay as far as
Well, no, just a lot of people who just felt and just what you went through and just were wondering where and how was coach and just I know all of your friends got the same thing I got. Everybody we know was called, hey, how's Coach Prime? How's D? Well, they all said Dion. Okay, so I'm sorry, Coach. I'm gonna say, how's Dion? How's Prime? How's Dion? And so it's just I just gonna say for all of them, it's great to see you. I know you feel it's great to be seen. Where you want to start, Coach, with the journey? Though? You got to say
I'll
something.
start with the truth. It hadn't been easy, but I had a wonderful team of doctors, wonderful support group as well of family, friends, and loved ones, including you guys, reaching out to me. But it hadn't been easy. But never questioned God, never asked why me, never, none of that. I was more so, you picked the right one. Lord, I thank you. You picked the right one. Devil, let's go. If you want to do this, let's tangle because we're going to win in the end. So that was more of my sentiment. But I think it was more tough on my kids than anything because they'd never seen me vulnerable or in a vulnerable state. And the toughest thing out of everything, honestly, guys, is I'm so much of a dude that like a go get 'em, a dog. Is like having persons do things for me. It's different.
Let's stop right there, Coach. Right there. You mentioned something, so I'm chronicling. You mentioned the dude. Did the dude in you cause the problem? Because I think you mentioned that you probably need to take a couple more days off or something. Maybe at the outset, maybe something was different. But I heard "sit my butt down" was a phrase that you used a week ago. Does that have something that with you? Is that part of that dude?
That was not necessarily that. That was just take my time. I got to really take my time and do things properly and adhere to my doctors. But being able not to get in a car by yourself, for someone that to walk you into the bathroom and come get you when you're done, like, dude, that stuff, man. That stuff is real. That stuff is deep. It's deep in the spirit. It's deep in the mind, the soul. It's not easy to be a go-getter, dominant male, and now you got to learn things all over again.
That's crazy.
Ron, that's not easy, man.
The one thing that made me the most angry about the entire situation was when I saw how good of a beard you can grow. I saw you coming out with the full beard, looking like I don't even know. It was like it was beautiful. As a guy who I can't grow a beard like that, I would kill to be able to grow a beard like that. I don't know why that's not a look that you go to more often. Just maybe for a weekend.
It ages me, and I'm still endorsable. That's probably why.
I don't think it does. I think it made you look like the tequila guy, like the most interesting man in the world type of thing.
I like that. I like that. I like that guy. I like that guy.
Yeah, that was distinguished.
Let's play a little name game real quick because I want to give some love. And I didn't realize how female-centric you were. Rocks, in other words, pillars in your life. I'll start with the first lady. Whatever you feel about what you want to say about in the experience, First name Tracy.
Oh, okay. You thinking talking about presidential?
No, stop it. Tracy.
Tracy has been a pillar, a rock, a force. You know, I go to sleep, she's there. I open my eyes in the hospital, she was sitting right there, and just making sure everybody's on their job, doctor-wise, and assistant and a nurse attendant. She was a superstar.
Constance.
Constance has been the pit bull and pumps behind the scenes, making sure we take a left, then we turn right, then we go straight, then we do what we need to do. She is with so much love, so much heart, and so good of a person. So astute.
Lauren, go ahead.
Lauren is our head trainer.
Woo!
Constance is our business manager. Going back, Tracy's my lady. Lauren is our head trainer, who pretty much was the one that said, "Coach, this don't look right. We need to go get this checked out. This does not look right." And we did. And she changes my rap daily. And she's awesome.
She's awesome.
She's not only awesome, but I'm just trying to describe her. She's so tough and so mentally tough. And that's one of the reasons I hired her in a 3-minute interview. That's how long it took for me to find out that she was that good.
She was the one.
But it's so funny to see her so strong and so courageous and so dominant in what she do. But when she saw what my surgeries, plural, consisted of, she broke down.
Yeah.
And I've never seen her flinch. So that allows you to know the journey that we've been on.
What does the road ahead look like for you, Coach? How do you how do you navigate everything that you have going on? And I know that they probably want you to just sit down and do nothing, but you're in the middle of a historic football season.
They don't want me to do that. They want me to be Coach Prime. And I saw the kids, my team just. And so one of my kids in the interview saying that, we're happy Coach Prime is back, but we really don't know what happened. So I went to meetings that Friday morning, and we talked to the whole team about what had transpired and the chronological steps that had been taken. And it was deep. It was deep. I'm happy to be back. I'm elated to be back.
Why are you afraid to say it was death's door? Why is that so? I'm just saying. I don't know. I don't understand. I'll shut up.
Credit. I'm not going to give the enemy that much credit.
Well, that's the reality, though. I didn't,
I'm not going to give the enemy that much credit. I'm thankful, Jamie. You have no idea how thankful and how, like, the being in there for almost a month in the hospital and coming out. And first of all, I didn't eat for like three weeks. So I lost a tremendous amount of weight. And then when I finally came out, I started appreciating the wind, man. Like the sun. I'm like, just push me to the back porch, man. Let me just hit the sun. Let the sun just hit me. Exactly where you are. Like honestly, those minute things that we take for granted, I don't take them for granted anymore.
Yeah, it was incredible. After watching the game on Saturday and seeing you hugging Shador after the game, like that had me misty. That had me feeling like
that's too much, man. Turn the cameras on.
Understand where that comes from? Like Shador was there every day. Darn it, you're trying to make me cry.
Yeah.
Shador was there every day. Charlotte was there daily. In this last week, he's like, "Dad, I need you back. Boy, I need you back on that sideline." And Shador had never played his whole life without me coaching him. Now, a lot of people don't know that. I mean, from day one, when I enrolled him in youth football, I was there. He's never played without me. So the devastation of that for him was unbelievable. Then for him to say that, then for him to accomplish what he accomplished in that game. So he just came over and he was so emotional and he never let go. And I was just telling him how much I loved him and how much I appreciated him. And it was a moment. It was a moment, but it comes from years of being consistent with my sons and all my kids.
Speaking of your kids, a little rapid fire here, Coach, before we get out of here. 8-1, 9-1. Sorry, 9-1. What's next? What we doing next? Championship
We
game?
got another game.
I mean, what happened? What mechanically happens?
We got a couple games. We got a couple more games. We got to win. We got to win out, man. We started on this mission and we got to finish. That's the key thing around the facility, and we got to finish. We got to finish what we started. We got to put an exclamation mark in the sentence.
Speaking of exclamation marks, I want to talk a little bit about what happened at the very end of that game, because it seemed like a prideful moment for Jackson State, but at the same time, it seemed like the other squad kind of took exception to the flag coming out onto the field.
They were supposed to. We were idiots. First and foremost, I think it had been well over a decade since we had beat them. Let's just get that straight. And then when you finally do it, you know, some of the guys just took flags to the middle of their field like you're going to plant a flag in a turf field, which I don't know where that come from. And they reacted the way they were supposed to react. They stood guard of their territory, of their ground. And they came out there to handle things. They did exactly what they were supposed to do. I just felt bad because I have such a great relationship with the head coach. And we're so much better than that. Like, we're better than that. We teach our kids discipline, man, and respect. We're so much better than that. And I apologize to him publicly, and I just spoke to him today on the phone to apologize man to man so he could hear my voice personally. But we're so much better than that. So they took offense to it, and they were supposed to. I applaud them for that.
Little NFL bounce, Coach. Cam Newton, he didn't come back home, but he can you come home? Is this an example you can come home?
You can always come home in the right situation. But this is what's funny to me, because you got to understand now, I'm on so much. I'm not saying meds, but you know what I mean. The
Heineken 0-0. You're on the Heineken.
Yeah, I'm on a lot that's going on. So I fall asleep, wake up, fall asleep. And we actually had practice yesterday at 4. So I come back and catch the highlights. And I see Cam saying, I'm back. At the 2 dynamic plays. So I'm looking for the line. And I thought he started. And he was, 20 for 24 or something like that.
No, that wasn't quite it. I just got here.
So you had a couple runs of
Come on. He's back. But calm down.
You back. I'm so happy because that lets you know how much that's Cam's way of exposing his emotions to us. He allowed us to understand that bothered him.
But there's 2 plays. But that was your way of explaining it. But there's only 2 plays in the box score.
No,
Coach Pryor's way.
I'm back. I thought it had a lot more meaning to it.
I think I owe Jamie an apology, because Jamie has been beating the drum for Cam Newton all season. Quarterback goes down.
You've been beating Cam Newton. I don't know about the drums. But I'm happy Cam is back. I'm happy he got an opportunity to go in there and do what he could do. I hope they start him this week so he could really get a grasp on the offense and do some things.
Coach, before we get out of here for this segment, Aaron Rodgers situation. Handled properly, just getting what he deserved. It shouldn't have done. I mean, it's a mess.
Aaron Rodgers deserved everything that he got. People don't feel like the NFL handled it properly. He should have got a stiffer sentence. Aaron Rodgers is one of our superstars, man. He's one of the pillars of our game. He did what you would expect Aaron Rodgers to do. I mean, he said, I'm vaccinated, which, was a trick. It was kind of leading someone down a path that, I don't know. Like somebody say, hey, Brian, did you Did you take this pill? I'm straight. I'm straight.
Yeah.
You say I'm straight. That don't mean I took it. That means I'm straight. I'm straight. I got this.
The non-answer.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers, man. I applaud him, man, for just standing for what he believes. The one thing that I really love about him that he's saying that it shouldn't be no forcing no one to do nothing. And you've been singing that song for quite a while, Jamie, and I'm with that. I believe that.
Because what did he do wrong? See, because my thing is now his whole, I mean, to a certain extent, legacy stained or whatever, because people are crazy.
He ain't stained.
No, there'll be people. Well,
no, he ain't stained.
Not.
It's COVID. Okay, Big Ben is out this week, so
he lost some money, but he lost some endorsements, some money. Some people had to pull his spots off the air because of political pressures. What I'm saying, there's a market.
They had to let him cool off, and they go.
Yeah. There you go.
You know what's going to make everybody forget about it, though, is if he wins some football games. If he wins football games, which he did on Sunday, if he makes it to the playoffs, people will forget about everything pretty quickly because that's what they care about, and that's what he's there for at the end of the day. He said he's not trying to be an activist, so that's what he wants to do. You know, he's trying to win football games.
The biggest storyline for me, and no one said that, for me, is the leader of the team. The leader of the team oftentimes have to go with the majority. Like if you have the majority, 85 or 90% of your team vaccinated, you're the leader, man. Like you can't maybe cost this team. Imagine if they're in the playoffs and this happened. Now you personally single-handedly cost your team an opportunity, a whole year of work and turmoil and toughness and pain and agony. All because of the decision. That's tough for me.
Yeah,
I'm a team guy, so I would take care and make sure the team was straight. But that's just me. It's different strokes for different folks.
Yeah, if you're a quarterback, the main thing you need to be is dependable. So if it's not Aaron Rodgers out there, the Packers might need to have a Chevy Silverado come out there and play quarterback for them because that's dependable right there. That Silverado, I'll tell you what, it's strong, it's advanced, it's dependable, it's hardworking. In fact, it's the strongest, most advanced Silverado ever. So Aaron Rodgers better take some notes. Football's in full swing and tailgating is in full swing. And that means the multi-flex tailgate on the Chevy Silverado with 6 different convenient configurations is going to be a must if you're going out to a game, whether you're going up to a Packers game in the blistering cold, or maybe you can find somewhere better to tailgate, maybe a Jackson State game. You need to be rolling up in the Chevy Silverado. It's modern, it's advanced, it's got a ton of grit, and it's a partner that gets things done. It's as strong and as dependable as the people that drive them. And Coach, after seeing you get through everything that you've gotten through, I know that you're a Silverado man because you were strong and independent and dependable.
And tough.
Strongest. That's right. And tough.
And tough. Speaking of tough, we're going to let the tough man take a little break here. And I'm going to see you guys on Thursday. But that's going to do it for this little segment right here. And Coach, get Coach some water. Make sure he's all right. Hydrate.
I'm going to be straight.
Always in the game, never ever on the sideline.
Coach, 21st and Prime, you know that this is more than just the couple of us that you see on camera. There is a massive family behind the scenes, and everybody has their own thing. Everybody brings something to the table, whether it's the casserole, the mashed potatoes, the greens. Everybody has something that they bring. And somebody that's always bringing a lot to the table is a guy that's he picked up and moved down to Jackson, Mississippi because he cares that much. He's the man behind the Coach Prime documentary, and we're on season 2 right now. It's our good friend Dana Beers, or as Coach would call him, Dana Dane, the good man himself.
How you doing, big fella?
I'm doing well, Coach. I'm doing very well. I'm happy to be back on the program.
I saw some edits this morning of the doc, and it seems as though, which is hard to do, that you really stepped your game up.
And that's listen. I'm going to be humble for a second. That's credit to the cinematographers and the editors that we have. I'm just the guy that likes to oversee things and say, hey, Boos, you're doing great on the edit. Keep it going. Hey, Mike, you're doing great on the edit. Keep it going. Do all this pretty stuff, and I get all the credit. I love it.
You know what I loved? I saw the boys getting camera angles. I was watching the broadcast on ESPN, and I see the Coach Prime documentary cameras getting right up in there about 6 inches away from Coach's face. They said they're going to get the shot. The boys are going to get the shot no matter what. And if you want to see the best shots, you got to watch this Coach Prime Season 2 documentary. So, Dana, I have to ask you, there's been so many storylines already in this season. What can people look forward to? What should people be excited about as far as the footage you have of this second season of Coach Prime?
So what I tell people is the first couple days I got here in August, it was just me and an audio operator. And as soon as I walked into one of the team meetings, you could tell how different the team looked from the spring. Just physically, the team was bigger. The kids looked like just better athletes. And there was just a different air in the room than in the spring. And it was obvious that this was just a different team. So right off the bat, that's a major storyline is the transition from the spring to the fall. So we're definitely focusing on that early on in the season, and just all these really talented recruits that are coming from Power 5 schools now to play for Coach Prime and for this HBCU. It's just it's a natural storyline, and it's exciting. So we're definitely focusing on that, and then of course everything that's going on with Coach Prime. He said it in a post the other day. We still have a job to do. He might not be around, but we still have to keep rolling and make sure that we do our jobs in his absence and get to know some of the coaches that are stepping in, like Coach Flea. We get to know him. We put a mic on him every day to the point where he's probably like, get these cameras out of my face. Obviously, he's no Coach Prime, so he's not used to all this, all these cameras and the mics and all every single day. But we get to know him. We get to know Coach TC, who's taken over the offense, and some of the players off the field. So while, Coach Prime makes our job easy to bring content to everybody in his absence, it's also easy to get to know all these coaches on the team and the players as well.
Coach, what are you feeding Dana? Why does he sound so professional, intelligent, and erudite?
He's Dana Dane by day. You're looking for Dana Beers.
Yes, where's he?
He's don't come out to like 9 or 10.
Does he still exist? That's what I want to know.
He's in there. Trust me, he's in there fighting to get. He's like the Incredible Hulk.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's fighting to get out.
I turn it on and off. All right, so it's like when I go back to New York, I'll probably bring my mullet back. I'll probably be, during the week I'm still editing, but on the weekends you'll probably see me out in the balcony bed and making a fool of myself and saying I'm back for no reason. That'll come back as soon as I'm back in New York. That'll be apparent.
What is one of the things that you really want to get across with this documentary? Like from your heart, what is one of the things from your point of view or from your perspective?
Honestly, Coach, it's really a change we've been trying to make is more telling the stories of some of the players because obviously we know all about you, Coach, and you make the content happen no matter what. But we're trying to tell some of the stories of these guys that why do they come to this HBCU? Why do they come to play for you, and do they really have realistic hopes to make it to the NFL? So we want to get to know these guys further than just football. So during the bye week, we went with one of our players to his home in Alabama. We got a 10-minute segment right now of him just getting to know him, and he played at Alabama. So getting to know his family, things like that. We are really just trying to shine a light on these kids as people, not just football players. I do sound professional as heck.
That's what I'm saying, bro. You sound professional.
I sound good.
You
sound like you're being coached right now.
You are. What's happening right now?
I don't know. Sometimes I get in a mode where I don't know. Dana Beers, I throw them away. I'm in Dana Dane mode right now. Spielberg, what do you call me? Dana Spielbeers?
Yeah.
Spielberg, dude, one of the best storylines, if we're talking about player storylines, the fact that there was somebody who came as a video assistant and wound up as a running back, like that, you won't find anything like that anywhere in college sports. And the fact that there's documentary cameras documenting that entire journey, it's like lucky, but also like insane. It's preparation meeting timing. It's gonna be absolutely incredible. One thing though, Dana, you might need to take care of some light work for Coach Prime, because there's a guy named Jersey Jerry who's kind of traipsing around like he's taking Coach Prime's spot at Barstool on the Pro Football
His picks
Show.
are garbage. His picks are garbage, and they tell me I'm going to have to assume his picks.
No, that's not right.
I know that's not right, but that's what they told me. I got to assume his picks because I tapped out.
He's 22 and 20 or something like
Right.
that. That's not good.
At all.
That's
All right.
mediocre.
Jersey Jerry, I have never met him because I've been down in Mississippi, but I do think he is an electric guy. I think he's funny. He's great at content. However, nobody beats out Coach Prime at this content. And I know this is not me brown nosing. This is not me sucking up to Coach Prime.
You're a good man.
There's Jersey Jerry and there's Coach Prime, okay? The picks are better. The content is better. The views, who cares about the views? It's Coach Prime, okay? You come to watch Coach Prime if you're trying to watch heat, electricity, okay? Jersey Jerry, I love you. You don't stand a chance against
Good man right there, Ron.
Exactly. Yeah, you got to look out for him. You have to look out for him. And you also
keep him involved. Keep him involved. I don't want to go to another segment without Dana Dane because he's a whole different guy now.
Yeah, let's keep Dana in. He's looking professional. Dana, ride with us through these topics. I want to get some of these topics out. I want to hear your opinion on them.
I got you. But first of all, I do want to say this. So House of Highlights posted the Shador clip with Coach Prime and Shador. I got people hitting me up saying, oh, in the comments, let them be. They don't want to put the camera out of his face. Do you know what would have happened if I didn't put the camera in Coach Prime's face in that moment? I probably would have gotten fired. So everybody that's saying that, shut your mouth.
And that was some of the best content
ever.
We're getting 1 million views on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like misting up. Like I almost wept just watching the scene. It's one of the most emotional things ever. What do you mean let them be? Tell the story. Tell the story. Storytelling is one of the lost arts that we have. So that's why we need you here, Dana. That's why we need you telling the story with the documentary. And that's why we need you for these next segments, which we're about to get into. But first, I want to talk to you about our good friends over at Roman. A lot of guys have tried different ways to last longer, whether they're listing off the Jackson State roster while they're in bed or while they're trying to think about something to distract themselves. But the folks at Roman, an online men's health company, are changing the game with Roman swipes, and that's the secret to longer lasting sex. They're clinically proven to last longer in bed. They're effective, easy to use. You put them right in your pocket. There's discreet, unmarked packaging. You just, when the moment is right, you pop out a Roman swipe and you get it and you're ready to go. So you can go to getroman.com/prime and find your first month of swipes for just $5 when you choose the monthly plan. That's getroman.com/prime. And Coach, I know that Thanksgiving's coming up, and I know that my man Dana down there was talking about trying some dark meat, and I don't think he was talking about turkey at Thanksgiving. Have you got the sense that he's tried any dark meat while he's down at a HBCU?
He's such a good man. I found out through sources that he's booed up now. He's booed up now. He's locked down. He's off the market. He's not single. He's sharing his heart. And I'm proud of him.
Thank you, Coach. I was, because usually when I'm put in those positions, I say something stupid that gets me in trouble. So I appreciate that. And yeah, it's the truth.
Yep. Somebody.
I almost just said something stupid, but I'm going to hold, I don't know. I'm going to hold it in.
You've been coaching him, Coach. He's professional now.
I can't wait to meet the chick that landed the beers.
Yes, exactly. And he's been keeping it under wraps too. That's like so not like him. I feel like it's like I'm just proud. I'm proud to watch it. Let's talk about a couple of these topics. J.R. Smith playing golf. Coach, I saw that you posted about him. Is he living up to his lofty expectations as a new type of role model for these young kids?
Yes, he's a guy that has everything he wants. He can afford it. He probably already has it. But he said to himself, there's something missing. I got to fill this void. I want to go back to school. I want to play golf. Or I want to play golf, which means I got to go back to school. So now I got to make a sacrifice. Not only do I have to make a sacrifice, I have to adhere to everything that's going on in college today because college is different now. And his goal is to be a 4.0 student. That blew my mind. And he's on pace to be a 4.0 student. And I love it. I love him first and foremost, even before this. But when I saw this story, I had to post it. Unbelievable.
It's incredible. Dana, if you were going to go back to college and use some of your eligibility to pick up a sport, what would you play? Would you play some basketball? Would they throw him out at defensive end, maybe get after the passer? Or would you pick up the golf clubs? What would it be, Dana?
I think about this quite often because let me tell you something about old Dana Beers. Back in college, I had a 2.3 GPA. Not good. Not good at all, okay?
Not great. Not great.
But what did I do on the side? I was the men's basketball manager. So one day, Coach Krause, shout out Coach Krause at Stonehill College. He brought me in. I was the manager. I was always just operating the clock, doing all like the boring stuff. One day they brought me into a practice to do a scout. I was like, running plays on the scout team, whatever. I step up. I catch a ball right in my pocket, foul line, jumper, bang, swish. 1 for 1 in my career on the court. 1 for 1 at a D2 school. It's practice. It still counts. But that gave me hope that, maybe someday I can make it if I ever have some type of eligibility. Football, no chance. I'm trash at football. I played my senior year. I played 4 games. I didn't really play. I ran 2 routes. One of them got returned for a pick 6, and the other one I just missed. I completely missed the target, and then I quit 4 games in because they weren't throwing me the ball. So not football.
You're a diva.
Yeah, I'm a diva. I want the ball. We're a run-first offense. Why am I even doing this? I'm just going to hurt myself like I'm a basketball player. I averaged a double-double in high school, 12 and 10. I'm not going to just, risk getting hurt on the gridiron for no reason. So
to remember the double-double, 12 and 10 says a lot. That's number one. To admit that they threw you around and got picked off and the quarterback was going to actually throw you another one, that says a lot too, to admit that. And to admit that you were a manager and you got in a scrimmage and hit a jumper. Those type of testimonies is why I love you, because most men would never admit to those things. But those are the reasons we love you.
But that just shows my athleticism, and that if I really wanted to do it, you stick me in the middle of a scout and I'm just raining jumpers, I can do that whatever. So it's like, if I really wanted to put the effort in, if I really wanted to go run some sprints and just get in shape and play basketball overseas, maybe I could do it. I'm 28 years old, but maybe we get a documentary crew on me, send me to Greece, and we just start playing ball.
I don't want to send you to Greece. I'd rather send you to the little 3. They got the little 3 coming out, not the big 3. They got a little
3?
Yeah. I'd rather send you to the little 3 and let you, earn it that way first before we take you to Greece or anything like that.
I always feel like they have the videos of the manager coming off the bench and he shoots a 3 in a real game and all the team mobs him, and maybe sometimes there's special needs. But Dana, I don't know why that couldn't have been you just shooting the 3 off the bench in the last game of the season or something.
No, I could see that happening as well, but it wouldn't be a charity case. It would be the fact that I'm skilled, and it's like, oh, we just found this guy that averaged a double-double in high school. Why have we been underutilizing him this whole time? Maybe that's the fact with Jackson State football. It's
so when are you picked? Like right now, we were to go to a pickup game. Of course, I can't play, so I'll be over there coaching. When would you be picked? Like, what type of guy are you, and where do you come in at in just a random pickup game?
All right, if this is Jackson State, I would be last pick because I don't
because you've already experienced that before.
Okay.
Played in several pickup games here before. The gym is right there.
Can I tell you the one of the times I played in the gymnasium over here, I was the last pick, yes, but I showed up.
Anything to do with race?
That's not for me to say, but I will say.
What I'm saying, because there's racism on both sides all the time. We just play like we don't see it, but we can be racial too. So you think that had anything to do with race, that they saw the little white dude?
No, it was probably the beer belly, and I was wearing running sneakers, and I just looked pretty dumpy. It was probably that. I'm not 6'4". Ladies, I'm 6'4". Actually, I can't say ladies. I got a girlfriend now. Cut that out, Booze. I didn't say that.
No, we got to keep it. Did you tell him you're Egyptian though?
I don't know if coach knows that. 25% Egyptian.
You got a lot of hair, so I just assumed something like.
I'm Egyptian. So I will say I played pickup one time, and I played very well. And I think they were like, ooh, this kid could play. And that's all I want. I don't need credit. I don't need people to talk about my double-doubles in high school. I just want people to say, oh, he could play. That's all I want.
I love that. Well, Dana, I feel like you should come back for our Thursday show and give us a little bit of time. Maybe you could give us a couple minutes on Thursday for that show.
Whatever you need. I'll talk documentaries.
Portnoy, I want to know what he feels about Dave.
Oh, that's what I mean. I was going to ask him on Thursday, but let's ask him now then, Coach.
Yeah.
So Dave got into a kerfuffle, a little bit of a situation, and from the inside, it's looked and it's felt one way. It's felt a little bit. It's been a little bit hot underneath the collar at Barstool for a little bit. You look at the facts, and there's really nothing to be worried about. But I'm curious what you fellas think from the outside as Dana takes a nice big sip of water. And I don't know, was your mouth getting dry or something, or what do you think of the situation with Dave?
All right, here's my thing. I am loyal to Dave Portnoy. I have a job, a career. I have followers for no reason because of Dave Portnoy. I should be a nobody. I owe my life to that guy. I don't know anything about what's going on, so I'm not here to say anything about facts or nothing. All I know is I'd take a bullet for that man. So I know him to be a great guy. I know him to always tell the truth. And I think I put it on Twitter. I would die for that man. Do I sound like I'm in a cult? Yeah. But, the guy just likes to have a little rough sex. Who doesn't? Who doesn't, Booze? Who doesn't like to not have some rough sex? You know what I'm saying?
Consensual.
Can somebody go in the next room with a weapon and see if he really means that he would take a bullet and he would die? I just want to know if he really means it.
Coach, you should have seen me when I was back in Boston, Massachusetts, just making cold calls. I was a nobody. I had nothing. I hated my life. I was doing a job that I hated. And then out of the clouds, shout out to Henry Lockwood as well. Him and Dave offered me a job because I worked hard for free for a few months. I owe that man my life. So, yes, I would take a bullet for him.
Awesome.
Coach, what are your thoughts on the situation? Obviously, it's a delicate situation, but it seems like some people are kind of like trying to take Dave down. It seems like there's kind of like a plot.
Well, you can't take Dave down. Let's just get that straight. Dave is Dave. You didn't build him, so how can you kill him? You can't do it. You didn't build him, so how can you kill him? You can't do that. And Dave relishes when the chips are against him, I feel. I think he is a better Dave. He rises to the top. He's more thoughtful and thought-provoking and able to adapt in situations where most people fold. I'm not abreast of the situation in its totality to really give you a response, but to go after Dave, that's the wrong dude, man. It's the wrong dude to be playing with because he won't stop. He won't stop. Go back down. If he feel like he's right, he's right.
I think that there's a lot of people who would have just not said anything. And like you're saying, that's just not him. Like, he will turn it up and he'll just be on your helmet the entire time. Like, you can't just expect him to kind of, wash away, especially if he thinks that he's been wronged. Like, if somebody's saying something false about him, that's when someone says something about you that winds up not being true, it's a maddening thing. So you could see him going crazy and just being like, this isn't true. I'm going to set the record straight no matter what. And it's been interesting to watch just another enemy kind of come out of the woodwork and see how Dave deals with him.
How's the morale back in New York City? I feel like I'm missing out on a lot of stuff at the office.
Morale is good. I think morale. I'm in Minnesota right now, though. I'm shooting a video. It's a lettuce eating competition. I'm shooting a video at the University of Minnesota. They got something called the Lettuce Club, and whoever can eat a head of lettuce fastest is the president of the club for the next year. So I'm up here doing a video on them. So I'm not in New York right now. But I know that, once you look at, all the facts, I think that there was some, trepidation for a couple days. But if you look at the entire totality of the story and kind of the way that things have been set up and the way that the story was written, tried to make Dave seem even worse, it's kind of like, all right, this is just another people trying to come at the crown.
Agreed.
Exactly. And that's what it is. They can't come at the crown like that. They can't come at us. They can't come at you. I don't know if we should talk about these last couple topics. Travis Scott, obviously was in a tough situation. Travis Scott, a couple people died at his concert. Terrifying situation, Coach. I don't know if you have any words of wisdom for Travis Scott himself on how he can kind of transcend through this situation.
Well, I don't, from what I've heard and what I've gleaned, I don't feel like it's his fault. I don't even think he was aware of what was transpiring. I wish someone from the venue would have gotten his attention so he could really beckon for help of that situation. But I'm praying for him, man. I just hope he does not punish himself for a very unfortunate accident, because I hear he's a good guy. I haven't met him yet, but I hear he's one of the good guys.
Yeah, that's huge. And then the last thing that we have on here, it's a video that was circulating on the internet, and it's maybe the grossest video that I've ever seen in my entire life. I don't know if anyone showed you the video, Coach, but it was at like a rock and roll concert, a heavy metal concert. And the lead singer was a woman. She was singing on stage, and then she brought a man up on stage. Dana, have you seen this video?
I don't know where this is heading. So no, I don't think so.
He's the lead singer squatted down over the man on the stage, pulled her pants down, and urinated all over this man's face. It seemed as if he was enjoying himself.
Oh my God.
Oh my God is right, Coach. Maybe the most foul thing.
What? Oh my God, that's a gusher. How long was you holding that? A year?
This woman urinated.
That can't be real. That's a gusher, man.
Oh, Coach.
Dude, that he almost drowned.
Let me see.
He looked like he was getting waterboarded. It looked
dude, that's a gusher.
Yeah, it wasn't a stream. It was more like someone had popped a water balloon and
I was looking behind her and put a bucket. It looked like somebody threw a bucket.
It looked like an entire bucket. Maybe the most disgusting thing that I've ever seen in my life. Coach, can you think of a video that you've seen that's circulated on the internet that's more disgusting than that?
No, I can't.
Dana, I need to get the live reaction as Dana's watching this.
Oh, that's a hose. That's a hose full of water.
Is that a dude? We sure that was a woman that did that?
I think it was a woman.
Who would lay down and do that?
Oh, he's loving it too. He's fist pumping. What?
Dude, he got to just cut his head off.
He's got to cut his head off.
What are you gonna do after the concert? Like, what do you do? Do you go right to the dressing room and just wash your whole head?
He doesn't have a dressing room. He was a fan. He had to go back to he had to go stand among other fans.
There's no way. They had to tell him what was happening. There's no way no one just comes up there and sit down and lay down and just let a gusher get hit on him.
How did that end up on the list of things to talk about?
Wrong.
I just wanted to know what Coach thought about it. You know, it's viral on the internet this week. We have a lot of heavy stuff to talk about, but I mean, that's one where I couldn't believe it. That's one where you just show everybody you know because it's such a preposterous thing. Like, you just have to unburden yourself. And that's going to do it for us on 21st and Prime. For my man, Dana, for Jamie Dukes, and for Coach Prime, I'm Ron signing off. We'll see you again later on this week.
You know what it is, and for what it's worth, you can catch me on the best corner 21st. Prime time, shine time, always in the game, never ever on the sideline. You know what it is, and for what it's worth, you can catch me on the best corner